right. Speaking of things that's important, it's important to me, man. Spoken word poetry. We're live in the studio with two poets. Robert Chancey. Say hello to KZFR listeners, Robert.
Hello, KZFR
Robert,
listeners.
if you listen to this show and the Without a Roof show, we've had Robert on before. But Travis is here too, man. Travis Rowdy, not to be confused with Travis Dowdy. He's going to do some spoken word for us too, man.
I'm here.
You're here. Rowdy. You're here. What kind of poet are you, Rowdy? What are we going to hear, man?
Oh, man. I like to think of myself as an epic poet.
Epic.
But I don't know. Is there a genre? I don't put myself in a genre.
Mm-hmm. What kind of moods are you usually in when you write? A lot of times poets write what kind of mood they're in. Of course, you don't have to be that poet.
Saturnine.
Saturnine?
Contemplative.
Contemplative.
Melancholic.
Melancholic.
Yes.
I like it. You know, and I was going to ask you to read, but I want people to be like going, I want to hear it. No, not quite yet, because we're going to go to Robert, man. Robert Chancey, what's your creative inspiration? Why do you write? Because you write a lot, man. I'm calling you prolific because you do
write a lot. Whatever inspires me at the moment. A lot of times it's not politics, so this is fun whenever I do write something that's even mildly political to be able to read it on your show. Most things inspire me, movies, the human drama.
The human drama.
The human drama.
You get inspired at the poetry readings at the bookstore on the third.
Yes. I'm inspired by the writers I read with. Yeah, they're remarkable. It's such a pleasure to be in this town and to be with such great writers.
Yeah, I enjoy that. I've only been a few times, but it's neat. We got to get Travis there. I don't think Travis has been there yet.
I've been once.
You've been once?
I liked it.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. I go, eeny, meeny, miny, mo. You're first. I picked eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I ended on mo. Okay. What do you got for us? Let's lead us into this, man.
All right. Well, I got one. I perform this one a lot at shows.
Okay.
And you can find me on Facebook as Travis Rowdy.
Travis
poet,
Rowdy.
Musician, storyteller.
That's it, man. Give it up.
So this one is called Writing in a Wasteland. Fiction is truth. Talking with folks from my hometown. I've traveled to Denmark, the Netherlands, France, Jamaica, Haiti, Barbados, Guyana, the Bahamas, Canada, Mexico, Iceland, and sucked in the beauty of each place. Yeah, right. Even if you did go, which you didn't have a good time. I've been to the Van Gogh Museum. I stood close enough to the starry night to see each fresh-looking brushstroke. No, you didn't. But this wasteland teaches an old truth. What you cherish will turn into a lie. Skepticism will kill your nonfiction life. The trick is to tell a lie with craft and tell it as truthfully as you can. Hatred cannot burn a story. I cannot stand living in a place with so many landmines of ignorance and hate. To make all creativity the ego, the ich in German. They got it right, the ich. I own this, I own that. I am the authority on this or that. I want each of my words to be authentic, but they are not. Most of what I say and do is for others. It is what I do not do, what I do not say, what I pour into the unconscious that feeds me and my imagination. So I turn my conscious observers into dandelions in the lonesome meadow of my mind, while they are blind to my hallucinations.
Wow, give it up. Give it up. Now, Robert, we didn't do this before, but a couple of comments around the poem, man.
On his?
Yeah.
Remarkable and Whitman-esque.
Whitman-esque.
Yes.
It had a little Zeusical in it, though, too. I thought of Zeus a couple of times.
Wow.
And plus, Travis is wearing, we're going to post this on the Chico Vibe Facebook, he's got these killer glasses. Is that part of the act that really kind of helps your focus? You put these
I do.
silly little glasses.
I play music, too, so the audience can't tell I'm closing my eyes.
Exactly.
So I was looking you dead in the eyes, but you didn't know it.
Wow.
So it could be either or.
All righty. All right, Robert Chancey, what do you got for us?
Well, I have a poem that I wrote shortly after Charlottesville, and I was talking with my girlfriend who said that she was feeling out of this place in this country. And I have heard that a lot this year in 2017.
Yeah, me too.
So I wrote this poem called Our Sacred Country. America, that raucous dream of freedom, too often stillborn, and a crucible of dignity won and lost in the shadows of the hanging tree, has felt like a tired nightmare in 2017. Your wish to flee has become a common response to the sorrow of this reign of the immaturian candidate. I often vanish into the whispering shade of my quixotic mind and plan to retire there when my body collapses, but I will stand here with you, my beauty, and embrace this crippled republic. It is citizens as patriotic and generous as you who redeemed the cynics like me. Your loving heart unites with my fevered words to create an oasis where we reside. The ideal of democracy blooms there, as does tenderness, joy, laughter, forgiveness. These are the elemental ingredients of our sacred country. And that is where we shall summon the courage to remain and to renew this land that birthed our noble ancestors and our righteous documents. This is the tenacious plateau where ideals are consecrated as laws.
That's a very noble poem. That was the word I kept thinking as you were reading it. That is so true and noble.
This country is noble. And I mean,
Yes.
the people who imagined this country into being,
Yeah.
those dreams were noble. They were not savage.
They were not.
And they were not selfish.
Not savage or selfish, but noble. You got a word over there, Travis, for his poem, man? This is come up with a word to describe the poem, Night.
I enjoyed it. I don't know. Yeah,
Wow.
I'd say it's very calming.
Calming.
Kinda,
My.
yeah.
Yeah.
Taking that event and
Yeah.
Wow.
yeah.
How long you been writing poems, Robert? Were you the one in the back of the
have
class the teacher's going, Robert, quit writing poems?
No,
We're
I
teaching math.
always wrote prose. I was actually a freelance film critic for several years,
You were.
and started reading Cormac McCarthy, who is America's greatest writer, and it changed the way language came out of me. And I started writing poetry in 2009, so 9 years ago. And finally, only in the last year, am I actually a good poet, and finally worthy of being on your show.
Now, I gotta, you put that teaser out there. Why did you suddenly feel like after 8 years of poetry, you were there?
Because I started reading with the people at the bookstore,
Uh-huh.
and they, with their very wonderful constructive criticism, nudged me in a leaner and more poetic vein. I was too wordy. I was too showy.
Lean and mean.
I was too clever before. Now,
Gotta get to the point.
Now I'm raw boned and there.
No extra words. Every word should hold its place.
Yes, no superfluous
I'm a shrunken white
nonsense.
guy. Elements of style, man. But then my favorite my favorite poet and writer was Edgar Allan Poe. He got a little wordy, a little morose,
Yeah,
but
he knew what
he could
was
get he could get away with it. What about you, Travis? How long you been doing the word, man? The spoken word, writing it down.
I've been doing it since probably high school, but I studied creative writing at Humboldt State.
Yeah.
And so I was just thinking about I learned to love poetry after I was done with college, but I got a lot of good writing tips. One is that it is the weakest noun in the English language.
It
is
well, it's a big movie right now.
Well,
but,
yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So maybe I don't know. Maybe he was wrong. But and then is the weakest verb.
But it goes back to my point. You got to pick the right word. And Stephen King, I feel like he would say, "I picked the right word" when I called it. Right? So I don't know.
It's just
I'm defending it. I find myself defending
it's a
it.
generic noun that you can place your nightmares onto. You can project them.
Hey, nice. Cory Himp's in the house. Cory?
Awesome.
Man, pull that mic up. Cory Himp. Nice to see you, man.
Oh, nice to be seen.
Yeah, you were on earlier. A little interview I did at the Plaza. I
Okay.
appreciated that, and you were on here, I think, last week with the Piece for Desmond poem.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Yeah, I appreciate you keeping that information from
yeah. You were the impetus for this whole thing because I'm like, I want to bring Cory back on. Then I'm like, let's bring another poet and another poet. And you can't have too many poets, man.
Awesome. Yeah, man.
Cory.
Never.
Oh, thanks, Desmond, man, and Aaron Wade,
Yeah.
who inspired that piece.
Yeah. What do you got for us here, Cory Himp? What do you got for a poem?
Sure. I got this piece that I wrote. I think it was a year ago today. It had popped up on my memories on the Facebook. It's like, you know what, that'll be a good one to give to Guillermo. Now, of course, I'm having difficulties finding it.
That's all right. It's always fun looking at everyone's style, because Travis had his memorized, and Robert's a paper sheet guy, and you're a phone guy. He's got an Apple phone in his
I'm
hand.
transitioning to a phone guy, obviously. I'm not very good at this. I'm going to just do it off the top.
All right, man. Give it up for Cory Himp.
They say that we dividing them, when really we providing them with truth for where the divide has been. So we end up squabbling with the part inside of them that makes acknowledging the privileges provided men harder than being tolerant. In a society built on robbing friends, sobbing wins, slaves and broken, bargaining, live surprises and clobbering, hating robbing dens, messed up stuff to wallow in, literally hollow in, left stuck in jealousy of modeling, where we smelled the fear but failed to hear the following, love, peace, and swallowing the pound of pride of flesh, steps on the mound of sound inside your chest, provide your breath through rounds of yes that galvanize the rest, is what my crown suggests. 40 Jews can't hide your chest, corny fools can't deny your nest, especially if it's a temple of fresh forever. Nevertheless, a reverend of best, irreverent the test, is 70 several blessed on my heavenly flex. Just peep the tag on my melody's breast, and you know what it is. I know that there's kids, but still I'm exposing the bits that is glowful. Like, to me, lyrically, clothes don't exist.
Wonderful, man.
I appreciate
Clothes don't exist.
Lyrically.
That's a great way to end that poem, man. We've been doing this. One word for the poem, Travis. What comes to mind? What comes to mind?
Ooh, man.
What word?
I'm
Putting
not
you on the
getting the
spot.
best words right now, but it just felt very, like rhythmic.
It pulled me in, rhythmic. Yeah.
I just
Had a
wanted to
beat,
say
had a beat,
that-
had a beat, had a beat, yeah.
I just wanted to say the beat again.
The beat goes on. Now,
Yeah, so like rhythmic, I
Yeah.
guess. Or it's probably a better word.
When did you start and put pen to paper, or putting your thoughts down and doing poetry? Cory
Oh,
Hip
man,
Hop?
back in, I think it was 95.
Yeah.
So when I was like 16,
Yeah.
it was super random, because I listened to music and dealt with music forever. But just one day a friend came over and was just like, oh, let's write a rap. And I didn't have a reason to say no. I didn't really know what I was doing, though. I just remember sitting down and just being like, how does this work?
Yeah, I see your Soapbox Sam.
Yes.
That's like your working title. But anytime I see Soapbox, I think of Lou Gardner, right? And I know you know Lou. He used to do the spoken word in front of Lions Bookstore, man. Lou Gardner. You guys know Lou? Poet.
I know who you're talking about.
Lou's awesome, man. But he would stand on a soapbox. He would do poetry on a soapbox, right? Yeah, yeah. That's nice. We got about 4 more minutes, man. Who's got a poem? Who's got you guys got a couple? You got a short poem with Travis Rowdy.
So I am gonna look at this one.
Look it up. Robert, you're scouring for one right now.
Something up right now.
He's getting some right now, man. Who's ready? Whoever's first ready. This is like beat the clock.
I got it.
Go.
All right, this one's called "To Be Human."
All right.
Why am I human? Why not wolf or wolf spider, crushed by the paw of an otter on a bank of a river? No, I am human, so I pretend to know what I never understand. And I am driven mad by fear. And I build walls, but I only seek the barrier for tranquility and the liberation of my imagination. But for what? For whom? For me? For the collective? Or only collective humanity? Or maybe only a room full of souls?
Nice.
Nice.
Maybe. Life's a maybe, isn't it? Right? It's never a given. Life's always a maybe. It just comes to me. This is so much fun doing this, because to me, poetry is about the conversation, while it's being spoken and then after the words stop. What do you got, Cory? You got a minute or two?
I got a piece.
You got a piece, Cory Himp, man.
Patience, everybody pacing. Need to breathe and see the way is not to chase it. I'm not saying wait when it's time to put that weight in. I'm just saying take 10 before you feel like breaking. Knowing when to tap on the brakes in. Let your haters see some of your greatness. Knowing worrying don't work on the snakes in. Can't put no food in your face, man. Won't keep no money in the safe then. Why even waste time in its place then? Me, I'm for most conversations, long as I can see someone's open to change in. When that someone's me, that's when the flame hits. When that someone's you, the dope exchanges. Get to dance in the dialectic chambers of less, and more strangeness.
More strangeness. Less with more strangeness. That's the Chico vibe. Right
Yes,
there.
sir.
Nice. Thanks, Cory.
That's what's up.
Robert, what you got over there, man? And you look ready. He looks ready.
I mentioned my girlfriend earlier, and this is a poem I wrote about her. She walked into a room, and I wasn't expecting her, and all I could see was a beautiful woman on the other side of the room, and then it suddenly dawned on me it was my beautiful woman on the other side of the room, and that was stunning. So this is called The Inescapable Her. Eyes prowl, the felon gazes, free of conscience or boundary, always alert, always unquenched, always musing, and then he spies her, the one whose flaming presence burns legible scars on his papery skin. Crimson curls, cheekbones round and sun-kissed, like the bashful pink of hydrangea blossoms. A mirage that conquers this base and tepid reel, searching all this hot morning for a dash of revolution in a redhead, and she walks in, his gentle warden, jangling the keys to his kingdom with her fragrant greeting, her blithe whisper, and her cotton candy figure.
Cotton candy figure.
Like
Can't get enough of cotton candy, man.
Oh,
Right?
She is a dream, my friends.
Yeah,
Sounds
awesome.
like
That
sounds
walks
like
in
it.
this
You
world.
know, anytime I hear redhead, my grandma was a redhead. I was a redhead when I was younger, Robert.
Yeah.
Before they all turned gray. You know.
Yeah.
All
Somebody
right.
called
You
me
know.
a silver fox yesterday, and I'm still reeling from that one.
Yeah, going out. It's really cool having you guys.
Oh my God.
In here. Maybe we'll do like 10 or 15 seconds, man. Tell us what's on your mind. 15 seconds. Thumbnail.
Go.
15 seconds.
Awesomeness, man. I appreciate you putting us out here and just keeping that Chico vibe going, man. Appreciate you, Guillermo.
Yeah. You too, Cory, Himp, Hump.
This is Travis Rowdy. I got cotton candy figures on my mind.
Yes, sir.
I'm going to go out and have a drink tonight.
Guillermo,
Chico.
thank you for this forum. Thank you for bringing poetry to the masses on the radio.
You know, and it's fun because I say this an awful lot. I have the most beautiful job in the world. I mean, I say, come on the radio, and I'm just sitting here with three poets, man. Doesn't get any better than that, and you know it. That's corny. See, that's why I got to come up with something better than that. Speaking of spoken word, I did this the other day. This is a really cool poem by G.P. Paley, and it's about being caught living by a ranger here on People Power Radio.